Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Now we'll start CRUD operation in Dataverse. So when you are building your business application, often you need to modify or you need to remove like the CRUD operation, especially in Dataverse table. So we'll build some flow and in this video we'll specifically see how we can do CRUD operation in Dataverse. Alright, so let me write here CRUD. It simply means we'll add a new data. Then we'll also read the data and then at the end we'll simply update and we'll do delete. Now to do something in Dataverse, we need to have a table, right? So first of all I will create a table. So let me go ahead and start creating a table. So I need to have some data. So what I will do, let me go to my SharePoint. In my previous videos, in my previous video I have used the employee table. So I will create the same table. So when I go to documents here and let me open documents and let me open this Excel upload folder and let me open this spreadsheet. Now here you see we have these 4 columns and we have 3 data available here. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to say it as Dataverse employee table. Let me simply put employee here and let me copy this and I'm going to simply download this file. I will say download a copy. Alright, so now I've downloaded my file. So what I'm going to do, next step would be I'll be creating a table. Remember, I'm creating a table inside my solution so that I can export and I can group everything at a single place. If in case I need to move the solution, I will simply export this from my dev environment and will move to wherever I need or I want. Now let's create a table. So you simply click here on new and you simply simply click on new and click here, click on table and click on table. This wizard will open now and then here it will navigate to make.power apps website. Currently if you see we are in make.power automate. Alright, so here if you see we can create table from multiple options. You can give a prompt to Copilot and that will create a table for you. Either you can also import data from SharePoint. So I have this data available in SharePoint. I can even do it from here. But I will use this one, either import it from Excel or CSV, or either I can create a table from blank, that is manual. As we are in this AI era, so I'm going to simply upload my spreadsheet, this one, Dataverse employee, and I will load this table. It will take, and here you see it is able to know that I want something to be imported from my sheet too. So I will say yes, please import, and let me click here. Alright, now you see Dataverse is simply getting this file and it is also able to identify fields as well, that is department, employee ID, salary and status, and it have created similar field as well. See, for department it have used a string field, for employee ID it have used this number, for salary there's a currency column, for status there's a choice column. So I will say okay, this is fine. And what I could do, I can click on this and I can also see data, whether the data is available or not. You see 135 IT finance sale, same data is available here. And either you can add new row, new column, whatever you want to do. You have a bunch of options. So I'm going to cross it and I will simply say save and exit. And let me do one thing here. Let me again go back here Let me go to properties. Alright, employee, this is fine. So this will be my name. Okay, let me save and exit this. Alright, let me wait for it to get loaded. Alright, yes, so now if you see, our table is ready. So our table name is this, employee record. I can go to its properties. And the important thing is this is your label of your table. That is what will reflect here. But the actual schema and logical name is this. This schema this is a logical name. And here data is also available. So what I'm going to do, let me go to columns here. Okay, so your department is a primary name. Okay, that's fine. So now I will start doing CRUD operation. So for that I will start building a new flow. So first of all, I will create a new record, even though we have 3 records available now in this Dataverse table. So again, click here, click, let me go to edit. And alright, so this is fine. And what I can do, I can create an app as well. So I will simply click on my table. You see here we have this option, create an app. So simply click here and simply say employee, something like this. I will simply hit my create button. So it will take few seconds, and our app, like similar to app, we have a designer will be available for us. So that is something we can see. So let me duplicate this tab, and here you see now the app is getting ready, and it will take just few seconds here. Now where can you see this app? So let me duplicate this tab. Right, let me go back, and here you go to app section, and you see this employee app is ready for you. So simply hit this play button, and I can close this one. So here you see we have this active employee ready, and here we can see employee ID, salary status, etc. Alright, so now what I will do, I will start creating my flow. So for that I will click on this new button. I'll go to automation, we'll go to cloud flow, and I'm going to choose instant flow. So I can give a name to my flow. I will say this as CRUD operation, CRUD in Dataverse, something like this. And I will say manually create a flow. I will click on this create button. Alright, so I want to create a new record here. So for that I will go to this Dataverse. We need to see, we need to have, so these are premium connectors, so we need to have proper license for us. Now I will say add a new row. Here I need to choose my table. What is my table? My table name is employee record. So I can simply go here and I can search for employee record. Here we go. This is our table. And now I will go to show advanced option. Here you need to feed your employee ID, department, salary, and status. Alright. So what I will do, I will ask manually user to input this. So let me go to integer first. Here the user will enter employee ID. Let me say please enter employee ID. And then let me add another input. This time the user will give department to me. So I can simply go to my text field. I will say here please enter your department. Alright. Then I will go to this, then the user will enter salary. So let me go here and let me say please enter salary. And now I can feed this data here. So let me go here, employee ID. So this is my employee ID. See this number. And where is my salary? Salary is here. So number one will go to salary. Number one will go to salary. And then let me go to department. And for department, we have this input variable. So I can simply search for input and it is available. That's it. Let me save it. Okay, before running this flow, you see currently we have only active status. So what I will do, I will go to my table. Okay, and let me go to columns here. And let me go to this status field. So if you see, we have two status field. So you need to remember this is out of the box field. Okay, we can ignore this, but this is our actual field status. Okay, so this is a choice type of field, which simply means you will have a bunch of options and you need to select one. So here you see currently we only have this choice active. So let me add few more choices here. I will say active, then I will say inactive, and then let me add one more. I can say this as on hold, as the employment is on hold. Okay, and here you see the default choice is none. It means like nothing, no value is going to come here. And these values, this will come out of the box. So you can simply save this. Okay, and so for now, let me select the status as active only, and let me test this now. I will test it manually. Okay, here this would be simply my employee ID. Let me say the employee ID is 90, and this is the department name. So let me say this as ID, and let me enter salary as 4K. Alright, and let me run this flow. We'll click on done, and our flow runs successfully. And now if you refresh this app, you see this 90, 4000, and this ID department is visible. Alright. Now what I will do, let us assume we need to like change the status to inactive for this user. So for that, what I could do, I can simply click on edit here. Okay, and now this would be not required, because now what I'm doing, see, I have already done the C part, that is like adding a new data. Also I've created table as well. Now let me try to read the data. Now to read your data, you need to delete this. Simply click on News tab, go to Dataverse. Here you have a connector named as list rows, and click here. Choose your table. My table name is employee record. I will simply type employee record here, and then we have a bunch of options. If we only want certain field, we can simply write down name of those fields. If you want to do filtering, sorting, if you want to only fetch certain rows, like let's say you have thousands of records, you only want 10 records, you can simply put 10 here. But for now I can ignore this, we'll cover it later sometime. Yeah, so this is how you can read your data. Now let me add compose here just to show you. I will add compose, and let me click here. I will add compose, and I want to read the value. So I'll simply click on value and let me test this. Save and test. Okay, so I don't need all this here, so I can delete them. I will delete, and I'm going to delete this as well. I will test it now. Let's save and test. I can ignore this. It is saying that use OData, but I'm not going to use it. I will run my flow. Let me click on done. Alright, and you see, when you go here and let me go to compose here. Now you can see output here. So let me copy this and let me add one more page here. You see, we are getting all this data. This is the first one, this is the second one, and next. Alright. So this is how you can read the data. If you want to do certain transformation, you want to check something, you can do, all of them easily. So we are done with reading and creating new records. Now we are simply left with updating and deletion. So now let me go to Dataverse, to my flow. Now this time, let us assume I want to update status of this employee to inactive. Let us assume this employee is this employee ID 90, user is leaving the organization. So for that, first of all, I will need to read the data, right? So I'm going to use list rows operation. Then I need to know which record I want to delete. So for that, what I will do, I will click on add input. I will go to number. Here I will say please enter employee ID that you want to update. Now list rows is going to run for each element, but here I only want it to run for this employee, that when I will click on test, I only want that I only want that particular record. So here I can put a filter. So I'll put filter here inside my filter rows. There's nothing the OData queries. So I want to apply filter on my employee ID table. So for that, what I will do, I will simply go to my employee ID here, employee record table. I want to put filter inside my employee ID. So what I will do, I will go to columns, and here you see employee ID. So let me go to advanced, let me go to tools, let me copy the logical name, OData is case sensitive, so when you are writing queries here, be very, very cautious. I will say it is equals to this particular record. So here I can search for number, this one. Now, important thing here is this particular employee ID is a whole number field, which simply means it is a kind of integer, but without negatives. So I'm not going to put comma here. If this would have been a string, I would have put commas here and here. So as this is integer, so I will simply remove this. Now from here we'll only get the record, the employee record of this table. Now to delete any record in Dataverse, you can use this delete row action. And here you simply need to choose your table name, that is nothing, employee records, and here you need to pass a row ID. Now let me go to my Dataverse table and let me edit the column, and let me add column here. And what I will do, I will simply second, okay, let me go here, let me go to here. I want to show you one important thing. In Dataverse, the uniqueness is maintained from a GUID value. So I will show you. Let me click here, and typically I really don't need this column to show this also. I'll be only interested in this column. And what else I will need? Yeah, let's say this one. Alright, so let me save this. Yeah, you see this particular record, this is very important record. So this record will always be unique here. So you see the data type is unique identifier. Here a good value will be stored, and that will be unique for every row. So if I want to delete certain record from my this table, as long as I know this GUID value, I can easily delete. Let us assume if I will copy this value and if I will hardcode it here, I can easily delete this row. But in my case, what I will do, I will get it dynamically. Just give me a second. I think we were doing updates, so let me change this delete. So in update also we have the same concept here. So I will delete this. First of all, I will try to update. So what I will do, I will simply let me cancel here. Let me refresh here. Okay, so what I will do, let me unselect it here, then yeah, then I can refresh it. So I will make this particular field as inactive now. So I will use this update a row operation. Now you need to remember, either you are doing update or either you are doing delete. You need to have this row ID. What is row ID? Nothing, this good value, which you will get in every table. Okay, and here the user will, from here I can easily get the good value. Okay, so first of all I will choose my employee record, then I can get this GUID value. And one trick is here, typically whatever is your table name, okay, whatever is your table name, the same column will be available for good value as well. So if you go here, you see this employee record, this is exactly matching our table name. If you go to edit column, you can edit the column, but when you will go to schema here, so you will get a schema like this, employee record ID. So what I will do, I will simply search here something called employee record. So you see employee record. So I'm going to simply use this employee ID here, not this one, this one. You see there are two fields. Employee ID is this field, and when you click here, you see this description, unique identifier for the employee. And but when you go here, you go to edit column. Here you will see unique identifier for entity instance. So we need the unique identifier for entity instance. So I will simply click here. Now this will get you more than one record. May or may not be. It totally depends upon how is our data. But in our scenario, we'll only get one data. But again, we'll get applied to each. So you can ignore this. The flow will only run one time. So here, what I want to update, I simply want to update this field, status field. So I can change this to inactive. Okay, and let me test this. I will say save and test. And it will ask me the employee ID. So I will need to pass 90 here. So I'll simply pass 90 and let me run my flow. Let me click on done. Our flow runs successfully. Here it is completed. Now I'll go to my this app and I will refresh this. And let me refresh this again. Oh, the status is changed to inactive. Oh, 1 second, guys. I think there's something wrong that we have done. Let me click on this edit. Let me come down. Let me come down. Okay. I got it. So this was the correct field. This was the out of the box field that was available. So here what I can do, I can go here and let me refresh this table. Okay, and let me add that both the status field, this one and this one. So you see this particular field has been changed. So what I will do, I will revert it. So to revert this particular change, I will simply need to make it active again. And simultaneously what I will do, I will make the status of this employment as inactive as well. So I will simply test it now. I will say save and test. So if you have the same name for the table, so you can get these issues. But let me run the flow. Let me click on done. And now let me refresh this table. Alright. So now here you see this employee ID. And let me edit column here. Let me add here. And let me add this status as well. And let me apply. And let me refresh this. Yeah, so here you see the status has been changed to inactive. So what I will do, I will go to my table, and from here I will come here, I will refresh this, and now you see this 90 employee ID, its status has been changed to inactive. Okay, and now what we'll do, we'll delete this particular record as well. Yeah, so I've just simply refreshed, so now this inactive is visible here because it's a model driven type app, so sometimes it takes some time. So the status has been changed to inactive in app as well. It simply just take few seconds. I need to do a hard refresh. Now we are done with update as well. Now at the end we'll simply delete this record. So to delete the record, as I've said, instead of this we'll use delete a row operation. I will click add an action. I will go to Dataverse. I will search for delete, and here I can select this delete a row operation. Again, let me choose my employment type table, employment record table, and I need to pass this get value that I can easily get by searching employee ID. You need to remember this is the correct one because here we have multiple fields with a similar kind of name. And let me do this. So if you will go to show advanced here and delete operation, you will get nothing because you want to delete the record, right? So why do you need other fields? So I'm going to simply test this. I will save and test. And here it will simply ask me go to 90 and run the flow. Okay, our flow runs successfully. And now let me go to this app. Let me unselect this record and let me refresh this. So now you see that employee ID 90 has been wiped out. So this is about delete operation in Dataverse. So let me reiterate what we have done in this particular video. We have created a new table. We added field. We added data by using our spreadsheet. Then we see how we can add a new record. Then we also see how we can read each element or each record into our table. Then we simply use our update. We change the status field to inactive, and at the end we simply deleted that record. So thank you so much for watching this video.